An old joke comes to mind. Abraham is standing there reading the newspaper when his neighbor rushes up and says, "Abraham, your house has burned down," without looking up from the paper. Abraham replies, "That can't be right. It's not in the newspaper." When I first told this story, those around me smiled. Then they realized it's not a joke. It's a parable about our lives. We don't believe what we see with our eyes, but in headlines. Not our hearts, but other people's words. We live in newspapers instead of living in our souls. I have been judged for many years, not by people, but by paper. They didn't listen to me. They printed me. They didn't know me, but they quoted me. They didn't see me, but they condemned me. For 7 months, I have been behind bars in a prison in Rawson, Argentina, without charges, without a trial. And every day, I read about a monster whom I have never met. And apparently, this monster bears my name. A newspaper can be a whip. A word can be a torture chamber. But I hold no grudge, because I have understood those who write vile things about me do not know what they are doing. They never got close to me. They never heard me speak about love. They never saw how I taught people to be kinder to one another. They simply follow orders they are told, and they write. When trolls are paid for the truth, lies become a profession. When public opinion is shaped by comment factories, honesty turns to heresy. But truth cannot be bought. It can only be lived. I do not ask anyone to believe me. I ask, look for yourselves. Do not read about me. Think instead of how you feel when you look into my eyes. When you heard my words and felt the energy of kindness I always tried to share. Everything I did was for love. I just wanted people to stop being afraid to be kind. But faith, compassion, light, these are not only aspects of religion. They are the breath of life. Without them, a person becomes a commentator under someone else's article. While some believe in newspapers, others believe in miracles. And I am still among those who believe in the latter. Yes, they can imprison me. They can distort every word I say. They can write 1,000 vile headlines about me or produce hundreds of fake talk shows. But they cannot take away my ability to see people as luminous. I still believe that goodness is stronger than fear, that a person is capable of thinking for themselves even when the whole world around them insists otherwise. Let us believe in miracles, not in filth and the debauchery of the modern press. And yet, when I close my eyes, I see walls, thick, gray, cold. And I think to myself how easy it is for the world to speak of goodness and how hard it is to remain good when you live among concrete and bars. Prison is a test not of the body but of the soul, a test of faith, compassion, and humanity. Prison, a short word, but the pain is endless. Once, prisons were invented to limit evil, to protect society. But over time, they themselves became evil. Silent, systemic, legalized. Now they imprison not those who are dangerous, but those who interfere. Not criminals, but the inconvenient. Not killers, but those who are too honest, who cannot remain silent. I see it every day. Around me are not monsters, but ordinary people. Those who made mistakes. Those who put their faith in the wrong people. Those who had no one to protect them. Within these walls, not only bones are broken, lives are broken. When a person ends up in prison, It's as if they are stripped of their name, their voice, and their light. They are turned into a number, into a statistic. They cease to be human. But the most terrible thing is that prison does not kill evil, it breeds it. It teaches you to lie in order to survive. It teaches you to hate so as not to lose your mind. It teaches violence, because here the weak are not spared. It is not a place of correction, it is a school of despair, a school of pain, a school of darkness. And when an innocent person ends up here, they drown in this swamp, and if they do not drown, they remain forever with a scar on their soul. I see the eyes of such people, there is no hatred in them, only exhaustion. That is the look of those who have understood that the system does not care about guilt or innocence. But it is not only the one behind bars who suffers. His loved ones suffer as well. Every day the prison kills them. The wife waits, not knowing if he is alive. The mother prays, lulled to sleep by silent tears. The children grow up without a father, learning to write letters to a place where there is no freedom. Prison punishes everyone. Prison is a wound on the body of humanity. It is a remnant of the past, a crude mistake of evolution. A person can only be corrected with love, only with care, only with light, not with fear, not with violence, not with loneliness.
I remember my stepfather, would beat me, and he would beat me with extension cords and hangers and, pieces of wood and all kinds of stuff. After every beating, he would tell me, it hurt me more than it hurt you. And, I only did it because I love you. It was kind of, it communicated the wrong message to me about what love was. So for many years, I thought that love was supposed to hurt. And I hurt everyone that I loved. And I measured love by how much pain someone would take from me. And it wasn't until I came to prison in an environment that is devoid of love that I began to have some sort of understanding about what it actually was and was not. And I met someone, and she gave me my first real insight into what love was, because she saw past my conditions and the fact that I was in prison with a life sentence for murder. And not only for murder, but for doing the worst kind of murder that a man can do, murdering a woman and a child. And it was Agnes, the mother and grandmother of Patricia and Chris, the woman and child that I murdered, who gave me my best lesson about love, because by all rights, she should hate me. But she didn't. And over the course of time, and through the journey that we took, that's been pretty amazing. She gave me love, and she taught me what it was.
If instead of walls there were embraces, If instead of guards there were those who love and cherish you, if instead of bars there were the eyes of those who still believe in you, then anyone, even the most lost, could change. That is why I believe one day prisons will disappear. They will be replaced by another path, a path of understanding, of compassion, a path to the soul, not to punishment. Because a person cannot be corrected by taking away their love. When one is punished, thousands suffer. But when one is forgiven, the world is healed.
Здравствуйте. Сегодня я хочу высказаться в поддержку Константина Руднева, потому что все, что происходит с ним сейчас, абсолютно несправедливо и неправильно. Я знаю его уже много лет. Как человек, который всегда говорил о добре, о любви, о здоровье и мире во всем мире. В его словах никогда не было злобы и призыву к насилию. Только стремление к гармонии и человеческому единству. Именно поэтому власть так боится его. Ведь еще десятки лет назад, задолго до всех сегодняшних событий, он предупреждал о войне, о том, что вся Россия под властью Путина будет угрожать Украине, Прибалтике, Европе. Тогда мало кто хотел его слушать, но сейчас все это подтвердилось. Его слова сбылись. Именно за это его преследуют. В России против него СМИ целую кампанию развернули травли и подделывали доказательства. Это классическая схема любого тоталитарного режима. Точно так же убили Немцова, очернили Навального. Сегодня Константин в тюрьме по полностью ложному обвинению. И самое страшное, это другие страны, как Черногория и Аргентина, просто переписывают российскую пропаганду, даже не проверяя ее. Они становятся соучастниками путинского режима. Это стыдно и страшно. Я требую справедливости для Константина Руднева. Он не преступник и не террорист. Он человек, который говорит правду. Он человек, который... Его вина лишь в том, что он слишком прямолинеен и честен. Отпустите его, дайте ему свободу. Потому что если мы позволим уничтожить таких людей, значит мы зачеркиваем, отказываемся от своего будущего. Свободу Константину Рудневу.